My name's Jane from Cheshire Dance, and this is a warm-up or a cool-down, however you feel. It's something nice and gentle, and it's all about circles. You could do this standing, you could do this seated, you could mix it up. I'm going to stay sitting today. You could sit in a chair, a wheelchair, on the floor. If you're doing this with a partner, particularly somebody with PMLD, this is a really nice gentle one where you can use some touch if that is safe and appropriate for you right now. If so, you can perhaps really gently suggest some of the circling movement. If it's something that you're used to doing with your partner, really being aware and noticing where they're saying yes and when there's any resistance, and that's a no. Where you meet resistance but you still want to use touch, you might offer a circular touch perhaps rather than a circular movement. Okay, but this is something you can do on your own. You can follow me, or you can just take the idea of circles and run with it. Off we go. Just going to start really small with fingers, finding some circular movements with the fingers, and then letting those come into the wrists. And perhaps those circles could float up, float away in different directions. They might float outwards. They might float sideways. You might watch them. They might circle around one another. What can you find? Can you bring your elbows in to make those circles a little bit bigger? You could just focus on one arm if that's easier, nicer for you. You could take it in turns, or you could do both together. Let's bring these shoulders in. You might take some shoulder circles, you might take some elbow circles, and if you've got enough space you might then take some arm circles. You might encourage your whole body to feel this movement. Elbow. How do you make the biggest circles possible? Really juicy movements. Big circles. Can you get your whole body involved? How else can those big arm circles happen? Nice. How about some gentle circles with the neck, half circles, just going forward and to the side. Nice. Bringing it back through centre and on the other side. Lovely. How about these hips, this pelvis? Can you find some circles starting from this place? Perhaps you've got a dish of water that you're swirling around, and the other way, just moving through those hips. Lovely. And they could be tiny little circles, or really big circles that include your whole body. Going to go down to the ankles now. You can keep your ankles down there on the floor, or you can raise them up. I'm going to raise mine up so you can see. Just finding circular movements in the ankles. Moving from one foot to the other foot, or you might do both feet at the same time. Nice. let's come back, shoulders, arms, wrists, and just have a play with where you find the circles. Maybe you want to make circles in space. You can make circle shapes. And then perhaps you can bring the top half of the body and the bottom half of the body in together. And then perhaps we can just make some big circles together to finish off. And perhaps we can make a big circle in front with our arms if that's possible for you, or on our lap. And gently let the hands fall. And have a little breath here after those calming circles.